India's Republic Day is here, when we celebrate the date on which the Constitution of India came into effect on 26 January 1950. The day India declared itself a sovereign, democratic and republic state with the adoption of the Constitution. So now in 2024, French President Emmanuel Macron will be in Delhi to grace the occasion and be our Atithi Devo Bhava. Interestingly, this looks like a royal tour is awaited for him. He lands in Rajasthan, will visit the 16th century Amer Fort, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, both the leaders will walk on foot to nearby historic attractions that also have a connection to the French people and French cities. Also, there is the world's largest observatory and the largest stone sundial of ancient times. Then we are expecting a cultural event that has been planned. So what better than the culture and history of the Rajwadas of Rajasthan for a special guest to see India's vibrant diversity. Then they head to the national capital to grace the Republic Day on 26 January. You should know this. Emmanuel Macron will be the 5th French leader to be the chief guest at India's Republic Day. Before him have been then Prime Minister Jacques Chirac in 1976, President Valéry Giscard d'Estaing in 1980, Prime Minister Jacques Chirac again came in 1998, President Nicolas Sarkozy in 2008 and President François Hollande in 2016. Narendra Modi, meanwhile, is the second Indian Prime Minister to have attended the guest of honor at France's Bastille Day in 2023. Dr. Manmohan Singh was the first Prime Minister as guest of honor at the same parade in 2009. So this shows India and France have had good diplomatic relations over decades as a country in Asia and a country in Europe. The announcement of President Emmanuel Macron as the chief guest for a Republic Day is neither a coincidence nor ceremonial, and I'll tell you why. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the India-France strategic partnership. Remember, after the nuclear tests in May 1998 by India, when India declared itself a nuclear weapon state, many countries were ready to launch sanctions against us and isolate us. France was the first major power to open talks with India. And also, let's agree, Macron's acceptance, which does look like possibly at a short notice, is to be appreciated. It is a testament that France is becoming India's an all-weather friend. Both New Delhi and Paris share a common vision for a free, open and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. Horizon 2047 is the vision document for people-to-people connections, education, culture and language exchanges too. Defense, of course, remains the big visible collaboration between the two countries. On 24 January, the Ministry of Defense had stated that the Indian Air Force conducted an exercise, Desert Night, along with French Air and Space Force and United Arab Emirates Air Force. So above the Arabian Sea were flying the Rafale fighter aircraft, UAE's F-16, and the Indian contingent included the Su-30 MKI and MiG-29 Jaguar and more. Such interactions facilitate exchange of operational knowledge, experiences, best practices that are being practiced among these countries in participation. It also helps build a better national relation between these nations. But apart from this, India and France are also jointly pushing space technology with missions like Trishna, which you must look more at. Jointly, both these countries are confronting global challenges like terrorism and showing united effort in that. Clean energy initiatives like the Jaitapur nuclear power project and green hydrogen are also building pace and adding layers. So after talks in Jaipur this time, expect some announcement. Memorandum of understandings will likely be signed, and on big ticket defense deals, eyes will be on aircrafts, submarines and jet engine technology. This year's theme is India, Mother of Democracy and Viksit Bharat. It will be a canvas to illustrate democratic resilience and development themes. There are, as always, military might and cultural dance performances that we see at Republic Day Parade. My favorite always are the tableaus, jhankis one after another representing their state best. To add to this color and diversity this time, the highlight of the event will be the participation of a 95-member marching contingent and a 33-member band contingent from France. They'll be demonstrating the strength of the Indo-French friendship and of course their military might too. Similar visuals were seen in 2016 too at the Republic Day parade. President Macron will be reminded that we are no backward nation. An all-women Indian Air Force contingent will be leading the parade. This will be a powerful statement on the inclusivity and the push for women in roles even in defense and society. Interestingly, I am told that even the French contingent will be under the command of a woman, serving as the officer in charge of both the marching contingent and the Air Force team. So when we are talking about the Nari Shakti collaboration of the Air Force, keep your eyes to the sky for a historic flypast featuring the French Rafale jets. It will be a symbol of Indo-French defense cooperation that will roar above, a sight we have seen before at the Republic Day parade, but it will be a reminder and what a sight when the French president will be seated in attendance. From the first ever Republic Day parade in 1950, it was a fairly modest affair compared to today's grandeur, but it marked the beginning of a new democratic era. The first guest, you should know, was President Sukarno of Indonesia in 1950. It was a nod to shared history of anti-colonial struggles and non-aligned movement. In 1961, it was Queen Elizabeth who had visited with the Duke of Edinburgh, Philip. That was one diplomatic ballet, turning historical colonial ties into a modern partnership of a young nation. And in 1995 was Nelson Mandela, a symbol of resistance against apartheid, gracing our parade. So each year, carefully thought discussions and deliberations are done looking at diplomatic ties, global scenarios, mutual interests, three big criteria to decide who should and will be invited. Each guest decided is a message of friendship, partnership and moving forward together. And finally, this year in 2024, it will be the French President Emmanuel Macron. Remember that behind a young modern nation of 77 years, the day's celebration is marked with Indian values, aspiration, struggle, those who sacrificed their life for our safety and future. And those elected have the responsibility to take a united nation ahead into a bright future. Everyone combined has shaped our great nation and a thought to remember. A constitutional democracy, diverse, vibrant and vocal. Thank you for watching.